News.
11 people gunned down as they worshiped in a building that symbolized a safe haven in every way but one. It did not protect them from the hate that walked into their synagogue Saturday morning in Pittsburgh. Despite the miles between that city and Charleston, it's a scene all too familiar for many here in the Low Country, just 3 years after Dylan Roof took the lives of 9 parishioners at Mother Emanuel A.M.E. Church. A vigil was held tonight, starting at the Charleston Holocaust Memorial and ending at that very same church to mourn the lives lost in this most recent attack. Church bells tolled as candles illuminated the hundreds of faces gathered tonight to condemn an attack that left 11 dead inside a synagogue in Pittsburgh.
We recognize that this is an attack on all of you, on your faith, on your right to worship, your places of worship, and on all humanity.
One special guest tonight was Mark Goldstein, who is from the Squirrel Hill neighborhood where this weekend shooting happened.
And it was really nice for me to know that there was a gathering, and I really appreciate it.
Religious leaders of many faiths condemned Saturday's act of hate, standing with the Jewish community.
Why are people of all races and religions no longer safe in our own communities or houses of worship?
It's the same yearning question that many in the Palmetto State were asking just 3 years ago, at the very site where tonight's vigil ended.
The similarities between both instances are very eerie. But unfortunately, hate continues to try to rear its ugly head. And what we must do as a community and as a body of believers is to remind folks that love is always stronger than hate.
It's a message that spurred change in South Carolina, and many tonight are hoping this very same sentiment can change our country too.
Charleston is a place who has shown the world how to respond to terrible tragedies. And we've come to offer our support and to hold their hands and hold their hearts and show that we are one community.
The suspect accused of killing 11 people at the Tree of Life synagogue could face the death penalty. Today, Robert Bowers was charged with 11 counts of murder and federal hate crimes. Investigators also released the names of those 11 victims today. The victims ranged in age from 54 to 97 and included a pair of brothers as well as a couple who had been married over 60 years. Earlier tonight, thousands of members from the Pittsburgh community gathered to mourn those victims. At the vigil, Pittsburgh's mayor spoke, condemning this act of hate and calling the city resilient.
We will drive anti-Semitism and the hate of any people back to the basement on their computer and away from the open discussions and dialogues around this city, around this state, and around this country.
This shooting at the Tree of Life synagogue is the deadliest rampage against a Jewish community in American history.